Good morning. So today we'll be discussing about financial planning related to entrepreneurship. So an entrepreneur is a businessman who should have a good understanding of the finance because ultimately finance matters because a good profitability prospects of any organization is good for the entrepreneur. So, what things are involved in finance on financial planning? We'll have a brief discussion about it. So, at the any business should have its own trading account, profit and loss account, and balance sheet. So, in a trading account, there are informations relating to sales, then what are the purchases made by the entrepreneur during the year, and what are the gross profit or the gross loss that is carried out to the profit and loss account. So, all other expenses and incomes relating to the business has to be recorded in the profit and loss account. So a profit and loss account involves information relating to the various incomes and expenses relating to the organization. It is prepared for a year. So whenever you see any profit and loss account, you will see that it is mentioned there that profit and loss account for the year ended this. So also if you are preparing a profit and loss account for the year 2021, so it will be a profit and loss account of the organization name, then year ended 31st March 2021. So that is the period involves the time period between 1st of April and 31st of March. So that is also the financial year. So profit and loss account has to be prepared for the full year. Whereas balance sheet is prepared on a single date. What information is there in the organization relating to assets and liabilities are shown in the balance sheet. So in case of a profit and loss account, all the informations that are related is expenses like salaries paid, then your any interest on loans that has to be paid, depreciation, etc. all other expenses. And income that is shown in the profit and loss account is not only the income from the business, it also includes any other income. For example, if the business is providing giving something on rent, so income from that rent, dividend received on shares invested in other companies, all these things has to be mentioned. So on the profit and loss account, if the incomes are more than the expenses, then it will show the net profit, and if it is and if the expenses are more than the incomes, then it will show the loss. That's why it is called as profit and loss account. It may show either profit or it may show loss. Either of this is possible. So business when a business is carried on, the owner of the business or owners of the business bring money to the business. Okay, so these monies when they bring to the business along with any other money that is obtained from the banking sources or any other loans are also the money that is used in the business. So all this income from the business, all the money of the business are to be invested, because you know that idle money earns nothing, and in a business basically it is taken care of that money that the that comes to the farm is invested for the benefit of the shareholders. So a balance sheet is an account which shows the positions of various assets and liabilities of any business during a although profit and loss account is prepared for the whole year, balance sheet is prepared for the particular date. So that is the same. The date on which the balance sheet is prepared is 31st March of the which is the year ending of the financial year. So if you are preparing a balance sheet for the financial year 2021, so it should be balance sheet of the name of the company as on as on 31st March 2021, because the position of assets liabilities may change every day. Suppose today is 31st March and 1st April, you may give some money to either as expenses or as loan or anyway, or the owners have utilized that money. So that means, or any asset might have been purchased, so there might have been increase in asset. So every day we know that the position of assets and liabilities changes. So that's why the balance sheet is prepared for a particular date. It is not prepared for the whole year, rather it is prepared for a particular date. So that is very important to understand that whereas the profit and loss account is shows the account for the whole year, this balance sheet shows the figures relating to the particular day. So on the balance sheet, what we show is that there are the funds obtained from it. Balance sheet shows the shareholders fund. Shareholders fund includes share capital, reserve and surplus, and profit and loss account balance. All these are the owner's equity. It is also known as the owner's equity is also known as the net worth of the business. We can calculate net worth of the business either by adding all the funds that attributable to the shareholders, or we can also find out the amount of net worth by deducting the outsiders liabilities from the total assets of the business. So when we deduct outsiders liability from the total assets of the business, it will also show the net worth. So in a balance sheet, both sides will remain same. It has to be same, as otherwise balance sheet is not prepared proper way. So it has to be the same. Both assets must equal to liabilities. For example, let us take a small case. Let us suppose you purchase, you got 1 lakh, you got to start your business with rupees 1 lakh. Let us suppose. So you brought 1 lakh to the business. So let us say today is day one, and as we are saying that the balance sheet changes day by day. Let us have a bit understanding of it. So let us say today in your bank account you have only 1 lakh rupees. So that means balance sheet, it will show two items only today, as of today. For example, on the one side of the liability side, it will show the owners under the heading on owners fund. It will say 1 lakh rupees, that is the amount of money brought by you to the business. And on the other side of this, your asset side, since you have brought and kept the money in a bank of 1 lakh rupees, so it will say so that bank balance is 1 lakh rupees. So both side of the balance sheet becomes one side it is owners fund 1 lakh, other side bank balance is 1 lakh, both sides same. So let us suppose your owners fund, as I said, it will be shown on the liability side of the balance sheet, and your assets which we have only right now we have only current asset, that is cash, that will be shown on the only other side of the balance sheet. So that means both side, as a general rule, both side of the balance sheet has to be same. That is the rule of the accounting. So now you see that on one side there is 1 lakh rupees, that is the owner's fund, and on the other side of the balance sheet there is cash deposits in bank, that is bank balance, that is 1 lakh. So this is, let us say, today. Tomorrow, let us say you decided to purchase some furnitures and office equipments. Furnitures, let us say 20,000, and office equipments like maybe a table and a computer worth 40,000 rupees. So you purchased office furnitures to the extent of 20,000 rupees, and your office equipment to the extent of 40,000 rupees. So now, out of the 1 lakh rupees, you are only having cash of this thing called 40,000 rupees because the balance of 60,000 you invested in purchasing office furnitures and office equipments. So now what will be shown, what will be the changes that will be made on the balance sheet? On the owner's fund side, it will, the amount remains same, it will be 1 lakh rupees. But on the asset side, instead of showing 1 lakh rupees as cash, because we don't have 1 lakh rupees today as cash, because we have invested 60,000 rupees on office equipments and office furniture. So 20,000 will be office furnitures, 40,000 will be shown as office equipment, and cash will be 40,000. So total became 1 lakh rupees because you brought 1 lakh to the business. Now it has to remain 1 lakh, it cannot be more than 1 lakh. Let us suppose you got a loan of another 2 lakh rupees. Now what will happen? Now there will be a liability side, it will be a 3 lakh rupees. Your own fund of 1 lakh rupees, 2 lakh rupees you got from the bank, so total is 3 lakh rupees. And on the asset side, now you have office stationery worth 20,000 rupees, sorry, office furniture worth 20,000 rupees, and your office equipment including computers is 40,000 rupees. So 60,000 rupees as long term assets, also known as fixed assets, and your current asset of cash, which was earlier 40,000 rupees after you purchase these two office equipment and furnitures. Now it increased by 2 lakh rupees because you got a bank loan of 2 lakh rupees. Now your bank account will show a figure of 2 lakh 40,000 rupees. Then your office furniture will show a figure of 20,000 rupees, and your office equipment 40,000 rupees. So 2 lakh 40 plus 40 plus 20. So it is 3 lakh. So left side of the balance sheet it showed the figure of 3 lakh, right hand side showed figure of 3 lakh. So both sides become same. You have to understand the concept of balance sheet. A balance sheet shows what your business owns, and what your business owes to outsiders. Okay, what your business owns, that is assets, and what your business owes to outsiders, that is liabilities. Why one question you may ask right now, that why this owner's fund are shown on the liability side of the balance sheet? Because the business organizations are formed with a basic principle that owners can change from time to time. And for business purposes, owners are not same as the company. Company is a distinct legal entity which is separate from its members. As per the Companies Act, if you look into it, you will see that company is a distinct form of organization which is distinct and separate from its members. So that means we understood that owners, let us suppose today I am the owner, now tomorrow I want to sell my business to someone else. So in that case, my name won't show on the owner's fund. I have no stake in the business. So the person who purchases the business will be the stakeholder or the owner of the business. So now we know that the balance sheet has two components. One is a asset side component, other one is liability side component. So liability side, as you say, that it can be divided into basically two parts. One is your owner's funds, and the other one is outsiders liability. That consists of the this thing called liability side. Then on the asset side, you'll see that on the asset side there are all the assets that the business owns will be shown. It could be a current assets or it could be fixed assets. Assets are two types. One is current asset and the other one is fixed asset. So current assets are those assets which are to be used in a business, or it is either cash equivalent which can be converted into cash within a period of 1 year. That is the basic concept relating to the current asset. And current assets help running the business. For example, you have to make payment to your staff, to your workers, then profit has to be paid. All these things are managed through the use of the cash and the other current assets available in the business. So current asset management is again one important part of the financial management process, as well as the management of fixed assets, because fixed assets gives you a, I mean, it helps the business to grow further, because it is the way, it is the help, fixed assets, they are useful in running the business. For example, plant and machinery, equipments, all are useful for the purpose of business. So that thing has also to be taken care of. So now we should have a good understanding of the balance sheet. Although as an entrepreneur, you are not supposed to be a financial expert. It has to be looked by someone else having knowledge in finance. But you must also have some basic understanding of the finance. So there are, we'll see that in a business or any organizations, if you want to have a understanding of the financial position of a business, that means whether the health of the business is nice, that is pink of health, or it is in red, that means it is incurring losses. So you can have an understanding basically by going through these two important documents, that is profit and loss account and balance sheet. So what we learned till now, we learned that in case of a financial statement, yeah, as a profit and loss account, it shows the profitability position of the business. It could be earning, it could be earning profit, or it may not be earning profit. It will show very clearly through when we have a glance at the annual report of profit and loss account. And balance sheet shows the financial position, how strong we are, because while also you're going for loan for your business, you will have to show the projected financial statement of your business. You have to make a presentation of the projected financial statement, because if you can't earn profit, ultimately why should someone give you loan? That is very important. So you must have to be very careful. Even if someone prepares this report for you, you must have a good understanding what are these things, and we should have a careful look at it. That is very important. So again, in addition to these two statements, this profit and loss account and balance sheet, one more important statement is also has to be prepared, and for a it is required for an existing business, and for a new business it is also required a projected statement of cash flow statement has to be produced before your banks or financial institutions from where you are supposed to get your loan amount. So we all know that cash generated in a business could be basically divided into three categories. One is operating activities, then investing activities, and then financing activities. These three are the three main activities of generating cash in a business. So banks and financial institutions, those who will provide you loan, they must also know what is your plan, how you are planning to generate fund in the forthcoming year, so that best why they should give you loan, if your business is what kind of business you are. All these informations you can it can be clear when one goes through this cash flow statement also. So operating activities include basically our activities relating to the business activities, like selling of goods and services, which is the prime business activity of any business. And Also it relates to other payments relating to payment, like payment to goods and for the payment of goods to the suppliers, then cash received as royalties, commissions, etc. All these things has to be shown. So this thing has to be shown. This cash flow from operating of activities has to be shown under two words, like what are the cash inflow and what are the cash outflow. Then there is, as we talked about, investing activities. Investing activities, it basically relates to what are the investments we are making in the business, like whether we have purchased any assets, fixed assets, etc., by investing some of our owners money. Then whether have we sold any assets by this and obtained any money. Then have we issued any shares, then debentures, or have we purchased any shares and debentures, etc. All these things, then cash loans and advances, all these things will come under your investing activity. Again, as we discussed that in the earlier case also, cash from investing activities has to be shown under two heads. That is, one is cash inflow and the other one is cash outflow. Then comes the financing activities. Financing activities. Cash proceeds. Under this comes the cash proceeds from the sale of issue of shares and debentures and repayment of borrowed funds in cash. This thing comes under financing activity. So again, this also has to be shown under two words. One is this thing called cash inflow and cash outflow. Thank you.